Hey guys, are you here? And today I want to take you through a win, a loss, and a win, and kind of show you that sometimes all you have to do is change your strategy. So we were playing some Windwalker Frost H-Pal. I think this was a week or two ago, but basically we were trying to go the healer every single game, and it worked more than once actually. I think it worked 2 or 3 times, and then they adapted, and then we fought them a couple more times, trying to go the healer. And it didn't work. We just weren't killing the healer. They were killing our pally, and we lost a few times. Basically, the point of this video, guys, is to show you that sometimes people adapt and you have to change strategies. You can't just keep trying the same thing that used to work, because now it might not work anymore if they change their talents, or if they change their strategy, if they change their positioning, if they change their comp even, right? In this case, these guys didn't change much. They were just training our pally. I don't know if there might have been a few talent changes, but we pretty much couldn't kill their priest anymore. So this was the first game we fought them, and we went priest. So we went our first go, we got, barrier. Second go here, we get pain sup. And I think in probably about another go, we're just gonna go ahead and kill the priest. And we tried again, and then the priest is just invincible. Okay, and from there on out, we're like, okay, we could try the hunter, we could try the feral, but we're not just going to stick to the same strategy. And I would definitely recommend this for you guys. I know a lot of you guys will be playing at whatever rating you're at, whether it's 1500, 1700, 2K, whatever, and you fight the same team a couple times in a row, or even just the same composition, and it'll work, then it just won't work anymore. Don't be afraid to change your strategy or change things up. Maybe even against this team, you were trying to kill the feral, but the feral's sitting bear form all game. Okay, well that means maybe try doing priest, because you might not be expecting it. Right here, the priest has no trinket left, no pain sup left, no pet sack left, no barrier, no anything. From all of our goes, we kind of just CC the other people. We get a full hush on the priest. I just block the CC, polymorph that hunter so we can't peel as much, throw out all of my damage here onto the priest. Get a little bit more, and we squeeze out a kill with that Belf there. So beautiful kill there, kind of landed it in that Belf silence. I actually saw a comment on my last YouTube video. I think I mentioned that I would, maybe it was 2 YouTube videos ago, where I was like, I don't think racials are good for the game, and then they're like, Xaryu, you're a hypocrite. Belf silence is how you get 90% of your kills. That is true, but we just have to restructure our gameplay a little bit, and that's why Belf is so strong right now. So still, I would like no racials. So here in this game, we just beat them doing that strategy, I think, maybe even 2-3 times, and we're like, okay, let's go priest. But here in this game, when we were going priest, they were just defensively playing very well. The feral would come out and cast those fast cast regrowths. The hunter wasn't overlapping pet sack with any of the priest defensive cooldowns. Pretty much everything that we would do, they would get a nice counter at the same time as training our paladin. We didn't let him get that massive spell off. We belfed him into a half belf. There we go again to this belf silence. With this comp, guys, I'm not gonna lie, this comp is one of the comps that really does rely on belf silence. Okay, we're triple belf and we kill in big burst setup. So naturally we take advantage of that silence as much as we possibly can. But here we're feared. The priest still has pain suppression. The priest still has barrier, I believe. He human trinketed, but I think he still has his normal trinket. So basically, guys, we need like probably 3 more goes at least before we can get a kill, and my pally is hurting. Okay, so here, even in this game here, we go, okay, the priest is not going to work. I'm going to sheep him, and we're going to try to go something else. Unfortunately, it was a bit too late, but because my pally is pretty much gonna die here. But look at this. We hit the feral just for a second. We get pet sack. He has no trinket already. We got a wall. We get him super low, 10% life. And they were, we weren't even really going to try to kill the feral this game. We were trying to kill the priest. So we're like, okay, priest figured out how to live. And we actually lost before this too. I think maybe 2 or 3 times we lost trying to go the priest after 2 or 3 wins going the priest. So we're like, okay, we got to change something up, But the priest isn't going to work anymore. Rage quit left that game, so there's no scoreboard. Sorry about that. But here's our final game. Okay, so we get them again. This was after a couple losses going priest, and we're like, okay, we can either try the hunter or we can try the feral. We tried the feral briefly in that sewers match, and the feral was super squishy. Super squishy. So we're like, okay, let's do feral setups, maybe in cap into some big burst here. Not the greatest opener here, and the reason for that is because we didn't have CC on the priest, but we're still getting the feral quite low. He is a pretty squishy target. Trapped, got a nice dispel there. We got a full Hajj into a full ring. We get pet sack. The feral is literally sitting bear form. So at the same time as maybe not killing the feral, we're getting some minor cooldowns, and our pally is basically living because we're going feral by peeling him and just making him go bear form, making him a little scared. Look at this. The feral's still so low. That's maybe first or second wall. Miscounted there a little bit, but we get human trinket from the priest. That was a beautiful death by him. Fake that kick and get half sheep into a quarter sheep on the priest. I get wyverned, gets dispelled. Look at this, the feral is still dying. So in this case, the priest was expecting us to go him, and then we decided to go feral, and he was probably not the right, talents or spec to actually heal the feral, so now we had a free one going feral. So it's kind of just looking at, what spec and talents they're playing, whether Vim and Vigor, Defender. If you look at these things and then pick your target based on that, look at positioning, look at how they're playing, and then pick your target based on that, instead of just always, okay, we always want to go priest or we always want to go feral. Think about it a little bit. Change the strategy based on the map. Change the strategy based on talents. Change the strategy based on positioning. Change the strategy based on trinket usage. If we were going priest, but the feral ran in and trinketed an in cap, and he's just sitting in cap form, maybe hovering at 70-80%, just kill the feral, There's no reason to stick to one strategy all the time. And that's kind of what I want to share with you guys. Change up the strategy based on the situation that you're in with that game. Cooldown usage, positioning. Really just keep your eyes open for these things. This is kind of our last go. Get a full Hajj into a full ring. Huge damage here. Orb onto the feral, and he will go down. Guys, I hope you liked this video. Hope you learned something from the vid. Thumbs the video up if you did. Thumbs it down if you didn't. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see for next time. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!